You're watching Force Mono Red.
Okay, guys, we are here with a quick deck tech before we get into our first game with Grixis Death Shadow. So, obviously, we have our cantrips over here on the left: 3 Mishra's Wobble, 3 Serum Vision, 3 Thought Scour, 2 Faithless Looting, and then the all important 4 Street Wraith. It's a pretty classic spread. I'm not a big fan of opt. I like to, be able to set up those smoother draws a little bit cleaner with Serum Visions rather than opt. And then we move on to our disruption. We have a little bit of hand disruption. 4 Thoughtseize, great obviously because we lose life, and 2 Inquisition. Just good at taking problem cards out of our opponent's hands, and Stubborn Denial, good for when our opponents are trying to get rid of our stuff. We have Team Battle Rage to push through some wins with our beefy boys. Little removal suite right here. 2 bolt, 2 push, 2 dismember, kind of deal with anything. And then we have our 3 Snapcasters, which can essentially be any of our spells. We're playing a bunch of instants and sorceries, all these, and Snapcaster Mage can be any of them. And then we have our threats over here. Pretty self-explanatory. We play a bunch of stuff, fetch aggressively, so Gurmag Angler is great. And Death Shadow, same thing, we're doing a lot of damage to ourselves, that's the whole point. And we get to play some undercosted beaters. Over here, our sideboard plan is pretty simple. We have Stubborn Denial, Disdainful Strokes, some additional counter spells. Disdainful Strokes especially good against things like Titan Shift, Through the Reach, and Tron decks. Any big man decks. Against creature decks, we have an assortment of additional removal spells. And obviously, these engineered explosives over here can deal with creatures, but they can also deal with problem permanents like Chalice of the Void, for example, or Blood Moon is a big one. For our grindier matchups, Liliana of Last Hope can also come in there, and Young Pyromancer and Kolagon's Command, also great cards to grind out the game. Surgical Extraction, 2 and 1 Nihil Spellbomb for those graveyard decks. Obviously, you could probably play 3 Surgicals and maybe trim this Young Pyromancer or this Nihil Spellbomb, but oops, so gotta add that back in a second. But I like this split. Add that back into sideboard, and okay, it looks like we are good to go. Fix this. So 1 land, Thoughtseize, Inquisition. We got a Death Shadow. I don't really like this Gurmag Angler, but on the draw, I think this is okay. We have Dismember to deal with any creatures that our opponents are playing, and we can take a look at our opponent's hand a couple of times and hopefully grab something good. Okay. Tapped Steam Vents. That could be a bunch of decks. Probably, is it Pheonix or Storm, potentially? Both of those decks I would expect to have a turn 1 play though, so this could be Jeskai Control, maybe? Opponent. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab a Watery Grave with this Polluted Delta, and then we're going to Thoughtseize our opponent. yes, we want to pay 2 life. And we'll fatsies them. Okay, so looks like we were right about, is it Pheonix? I'm not super worried about this thing in the ice. We can snag that with that dismember, but I don't love taking these redundant spells. I think I'm going to go with Metamorphose here because we do have an answer for Thing in the Ice with Dismember. Yeah. Okay, and that's going to be it for the turn. So we'll see what our opponent does. I'm thinking probably this is just going to be a Thing in the Ice. Yep, there we go. So we will plan to dismember that probably on our turn so we don't give them a chance. Okay, perfect. So I think what I want to do is Inquisition away their Metamorphose. I think that's a really important card to hit because it allows them to get those sort of free spells, which let them drive their spell count up, and that's when the deck really starts to get rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and Inquisition them first. Ooh, so they drew another Metamorphose. So I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to go ahead and get a, well, yeah, I think a Blood Crypt is right. I will pay 2 life and dismember this now. Oh, that's so stupid. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, obviously that's what we wanted to do. I don't know why it did that funny the first time, but we got there. Okay. So, Metamorphose. Just hoping to... Oh! Found another thing in the ice. That's pretty good. Two cards in hand. I know they're both bolts, so I don't think he can flip this thing in the ice this turn. Our Death Shadows are going to be 5/5s, so we can't kill them. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and play 2 Death Shadows. I guess there could have been some consideration for holding up Stubborn Denial, but I mean, the main thing that we would want to hit with a Stubborn Denial would be, I don't know, Serum Visions or Metamorphose or something like that that's going to let him draw into a 4th spell to cast this thing in the ice, or flip this thing in the ice. But I think that just deploying threats seems better. So it paid off there. I think we will. Oh, man. So if I Thoughtseize my opponent, my death shadows will be 7/7s, and we'll have him on a 2-turn clock, and we can hold up Stubborn Denial. Yeah, I think I like that, so let's go ahead and do that. They might try to double bolt our Death Shadow here. So we can let the first bolt resolve. And oh, these are both coming at us, so we do need to get a Stubborn Denial here. Okay. Yep. So that was smart by our opponent. Saw the line to just go and kill us if we did not have the okay. So opponent has no cards in hand, so they will be hard pressed to win here. They need to chump with their thing in the ice, and we have them next turn. But if they draw Bolt, or yeah, if they draw Bolt or Manamorphose plus another spell, how many? They have 3 Manamorphose in the grave right now. So, oh, all right. So opponent decides they have seen enough, topped the land, and scoops it up. Okay. So this is a graveyard deck, so I think that I like certainly these 3. And I don't think these are good. Liliana does not seem great either, doesn't kill any of their important creatures. Disdainful Stroke, also no. Maybe Stem Denial. Maybe Young Pyromancer, but I don't think so. So I think these 3 for sure, and maybe this one. Okay, let's take a look at what we want to cut. I think I might want to cut those lightning bolts and maybe a street race. Yeah, that sounds good. No, one too many. Okay, so we will keep in 3 Street Wraith and no lightning bolts. All right, and then we'll bring in 2 Surgicals and a Spellbomb. All right, there we go. So opponent probably gonna take the play here. Maybe not, but it's up there. Maybe double. I don't know. I did this at the beginning of the last game too. It took a little bit, but this should be a pretty easy decision for them. So I don't know what they're thinking about, but we'll see what they decide in a second. Okay. they are on the play. We have a pseudo scry here with Mishra's Bauble and Street Wraith, fetch, a couple Thought Scour, and a Gurmag Angler that we can pump out really quick. So I think we will keep this, even though we do not see any of our sideboard cards here. Yeah. Opponent, again, taking a long time here, but hopefully they get it figured out. Alright, yeah, I don't know what our opponent's doing. Maybe they are double queuing. Alright, there we go. Okay, turn 1 play this time. Thought Scour himself. Let's see what they hit. Lightning Axe, Steam Fence, okay. That is okay with me. Okay, second land, that is fine. So, yep, let's just cast this Mishra's Bauble. Alright, come on, opponent. Come on. I guess they're playing a fast deck. They don't need to be here. Alright. We will target ourselves to get that scry. Alright, Watery Graves we do not want in our hand. So, I'm going to crack this Scouting Tarn. I'll get this Watery Grave. Yes, we will be paying 2 life, and now we will cycle this Street Wraith just to see what we get. Another Street Wraith. So that would put us to 4 cards in the graveyard, 5 cards in the graveyard. Bloodstained Mire would be 6 cards in the graveyard, without even Thought Scouring ourselves. And we would get to Thoughtseize. Okay, I think I like that. So let's cycle this again. Okay, that's fine. So tap for black and Thoughtseize you. See what they're working with. Okay. Arclight Pheonix, Serum Visions, Lightning Bolt, Crackling Drake, and Young Pyromancer. And they have a Reading Pool here as well. So presumably this is their turn 2 play. I think I like taking... to me it's either between Serum Visions or Young Pyromancer, because we don't really have removal, and this can get out of hand quickly and come up the board against our big beefy boys. I'm going to take this Young Pyromancer. Alright, and then we're passing turn. So, yeah. Okay, we draw another Mishra's Bauble. Interesting. So you kind of come up with their Thought Scours, potentially. Okay, so Serum Visions. Seeing that hit the stack. Ooh, and they found another land. Okay, that's interesting. So they are holding up the Bolt. Not sure Bolt does a ton right here. Alright, that's kind of awkward. I might have liked to fetch first the swamp with the Bloodstained Mire. What I can do is play my swamp and use Mishra's Bauble to get to the magic number 6 for Grimag Angler. I think that is what I will do. We're going to target our opponent with this one to get some extra information. And potentially, if we really don't like what we see, we can actually Thought Scour them. Because, let's actually, well, hold on a minute. Let's take a look. They put one card on the bottom and one card on top. So yeah, we will see what they put on top with Serum Visions. And if we are very afraid, which we might be, we can Thought Scour that card away. Okay, so that is a sleight of hand. I don't think that that is worth Thought Scouring away. So we will save this Thought Scour for another day and keep up our Stubborn Denial. Okay, so we drew removal for potential Thing in the Ice, or this Crackling Drake here. Oh, so there is Thing in the Ice. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and Thought Scour ourselves here. Okay, so we drew another fetch land, which is not great. And we bend a Snapcaster Mage and a Stubborn Denial, which is fine. It's not super sad. Ah, that's really bad. Okay, so what do we want to do here? So we can play a land and dismember, and then get in for 5. And then we have Thought Scour up if our opponent does nothing, and Stubborn Denial if we need to counter him. I think I like that plan, so we will play this island and cast Dismember to get rid of their Thing in the Ice, and then we have them dead in 2 turns. And so they do need to find an answer to this Grimag Angler. So let's see what they got. Okay, so Lightning Bolt number 1, and we might see a second bolt, so let's go ahead and Stubborn Denial of that. I would have liked to save that Stubborn Denial for a oh, that's so bad. Man. Well, we just play one of those and Gurmy T. Hopefully we can get into the red zone here. I guess maybe they could have a Dismember or something, but that's not really something that I expect to see. So yep, looks like we will be all set there. We're probably going to fire off this Thought Scour in response to whatever we see. Except for that. Yeah. That's going to be pretty annoying though. But we will still Thought Scour on the end of our turn. Okay, so we're going to activate this because we do not want to draw. Thought Scour, I think Blood Crypt is fine. We're not going to pay any life here, and then we will Thought Scour ourselves. Okay, so really hoping for some removal here. Faithless Looting is also okay. We can dump these. Oh, that's beautiful. So our opponent has one unknown card in hand. I guess it could be a bolt to make a blocker. So I think we might as well faithlessly loot before we fatally push this dude. So our plan here is to just probably pitch these two fetches almost no matter what we drop. Oh, except that they're more fetches. Well, it doesn't really make a difference here. So we are going to get rid of those two cards. Okay. We will cast this Fatal Push to deal with this Pyromancer, and if they have an instant sorcery, they do have to play it now. They do not, and we win. So our first match with GDS, and we got there, 2-0. Is it Pheonix? We are going to go on to match number 2. Hopefully our opponent is a little bit quicker with their plays this time. I'd love to see Wati do something about the double queuing. It doesn't really make sense that you can do it. I don't know why you should be able to. It's just annoying to have to deal with that. Alright, and waiting for opponent to join. Our opponent has joined, we have joined, and we're going in. Alright, we'll be on the draw. 2 lands. I'm inclined to keep 2 lands and a threat and removal. And we do have a scry type effect here. Even though we don't have the Street Wraith, we can wait. Oh, burn. Well, that's not good. Thoughts. Okay. We can get basics with our fetches. We might want to do that, actually. So, polluted delta on top. I don't want to draw that polluted delta. So we will shuffle it away. Oh, that was a mistake. Ah, man. Used the wrong fetch because I want to be able to Thought Scour here. That's bad. Well, okay, I think we're just going to have to take the life. Yes. Okay. Wow, that was pretty sloppy of me. I should have waited, and I should have used this Scowling Tarn. And now it looks even worse because we have this Faithless Scene that we can't even cast, so we're going to have to get a Shockland with this Scowling Tarn. Wow. Thoughtseize on top. Yeah. So I am obviously very fine with Thought Scouring away that Thoughtseize, potentially skewer the critics here. Nope. Alright, nope. So we're looking at Traditional Burn, Eidolon. Yeah, so we do have to Thought Scour before, and we drew our Polluted Delta anyways. Okay. Okay. This looks pretty bad. Alright, well. This time we can just get a swamp. And then I think we're going to have to pay 4 life to kill this Eidolon. Because the Eidolon trigger's going to go on the stack. Yeah, and we're going to go down to 8. Does not look good, certainly. They have plenty of cards in hand, plenty of gas, so yeah, I'm not super optimistic here. But hopefully they don't actually have too much more other than the Scowling Guide, because we can deploy a Death Shadow now, and it's going to be super beefy. But looks like they do have more stuff coming down. Lightning Bolt. Okay, they might just have it. Skill Crack. So there it is. That is the game. Alright, so we'll go to sideboard, and I don't know, maybe that was a poor keep. It seemed okay to me. Alright. Against Burn. Yeah, like this. Stubborn Denial seems fine. Kolagon's Command. Alright, Liliana's also seems fine. Young Pyromancer. Okay, those 4 cards seem fine. 5. Could also maybe consider a Braid. And I guess I would even consider Grim Lavamancers here. I do not like Thoughtseizes, obviously. I think those just have to come out. Oh, went past them. There we go. Thoughtseizes coming out. And Street Wraith, also not great. Dismember, even worse than Street Wraith though. So got a Street Wraith and bring in these Grim Lavamancers. So we're certainly going to be able to deal with their creatures very easily. Plenty of removal, even though we are taking out our Dismembers. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this. and I'm going to get a Blood Crypt here, which is a little bit odd. You don't usually see that as a first land from this deck. Its base is blue and black. Alright, so we found a second land. I think I like discarding this Faithless Looting, of course, and this is kind of tough. Thought Scour, I think, is my next one. Okay. So next turn we can use some combination of these three spells. So no turn 1 play from them. Means I think I'm just going to go get a Swamp with this Bloodstained Mire and play a Grim Lavamancer and then Inquisition them. Yeah. Alright. Swamp. Inquisition you. And their alpha. See what they're working with. A hand with no turn 1 play is a little strange. Okay, so they have a Rip. Interesting. I think I do have to take a Rip because I have both the Snapcaster and the Grim Lavamancer in hand. I'm going to be able to recast this Inquisition, and next time I can take maybe this Deflecting Palm or Boros Charm. For now, though, I think I got to take the Rip, because once it comes down, I don't have a good way of dealing with it. Red for Grim Lavamancer, and we'll pass the turn. The Grim Lavamancer does look certainly less great against a creature light hand, just like this Fatal Push, but setting up Snapcaster, Inquisition, it's pretty good next turn. If they play a creature, though, I think I'm going to fetch a tapped land with the Scowling Tarn, Fatal Push the creature, and use Fatal Push and Grim Lavamancer to kill any creatures they play. Because they just play one creature. Alright, so Rift Bolt. Okay. No creature though. So let's see. This Rift Bolt is now suspended. Okay, that's also pretty good. I think we will just go ahead and smack them for 1. And then gonna Inquisition again. So the sand is obviously, we already knew what it was, but given our current hand, I think, let's see, I think I'm going to take Lightning Helix. That sounds kind of weird, but I think this gives us the best chance of racing them. Let's see, so next turn we're probably going to just flashback Faithless Looting, and then attack for 3 maybe, or potentially maybe get in for 4, 3 or 4. So we actually can't race them very well, but I think if they can cast this Helix, then we're going to be in big trouble. So I like taking the Helix there. Okay. So they have 7 points of burn in hand. They can Rift Bolt us, but they're not anywhere close to killing us, so I feel relatively safe here for the time being. The Rift Bolt does come at us though instead of a creature, which is interesting. Death Shadow is going to be good later. Not great right here. Alright, let's just start by attacking with Snapcaster Mage. And then let's flashback a Faithless. Alright. We can discard these fetch lands. And then we're going to play this Watery Grave untapped. So maybe we should have attacked with this Grim Lavamancer, but I kind of like the idea of holding it up. Worst comes to worst, it's a chump blocker, although I'm not sure we really want to be chump blocking. Okay, so they just made our Death Shadow very juicy. We are at 6 though, and we do know that they have a Deflecting Palm in hand, so we have to be careful how we manage that. Play around that. We need to. That's not really what we wanted to see. Okay, I think I'm just attacking for 2. And then we have Fatal Push-Up. Lightning Helix is pretty rough. I think I'm going to activate this Grim Lavamancer now, because I do not want them to... Wow, well, I don't know. I don't feel good about winning this game here. Alright, so they're going to go to 15. Yeah. Rift Bolt. So we're in trouble. That does not do it at all. Yeah, so that Rift Bolt's just going to kill us. And we did not draw the Stubborn Denial that we needed to survive. So, is what it is. We'll do our best here. Oh, well, actually, we can cycle this Street Wraith. Potentially draw it. That is not it. So we are just dead. Yep, they go for it, and we die. Okay, so 1-1 with Grixis Death Shadow. Tough matchup, especially we did not get great draws. So, you know, I'm alright with that. I think that's one that hopefully I'll improve on as we go. So that's a tough one. You're already doing so much damage to yourself. I don't know, I guess you kind of need to sit back and let them do the damage for you, but that means you're not playing your cards, you're not progressing your game plan. Tough. And then, they decided into a more removal-heavy deck, and they had no creatures that entire game. So we had a Fatal Push rotting in our hand, and we had that Grim Lavamancer, just shocking our opponent instead of grinding away their creatures. Alright, we are paired. So hopefully we turn it back around and get a win. Alright, that is a good sign. Well, alright, 3 lands, but we have a Straight Wraith and a Thoughtseize and a Dismember, so I think we just need a threat here. Alright, well, I guess we can fetch first. Blue, red. Yeah, because if we draw either... well, that might have been a mistake, but it's fine. Can't Thoughtseize on turn 1 now. Yeah, probably a mistake. Do not get land, get Thoughtseize with. But, alright. Black Leaf Cliffs is interesting. Wow, that's awful. Alright, I'm just going to go Swamp and Thoughtseize to see what our opponent's working with. This could be, I don't know, Mardu Pyromancer, Grixis Brand, Hollow one, maybe. Okay, Living End. What to take here? I guess Living End. Yep, okay. Although, Living End is not terrible for us if we're cycling a bunch of Straight Wraiths. But I think taking their payoff card is right. And we can potentially Stubborn Denial the next one. Collective Brutality also would be something to think about. I think I'm just going to... what nodes is this? Yeah, okay. So they are duressing us. I'm going to go ahead and Stubborn Denial that because they're certainly going to take this anyways. And we can kind of conceal some information. Not that it's super great information though. Oh, that's so bad. What the hell? Alright. Well, we probably just lose now. We have drawn 3 straight lands. And I just tilted out and forgot to play a land, so... wow. Really poor sequence. And of course, if our opponent has a Faithful Suiting, we would have loved. But, alright. We can still draw a Faithful Suiting and dump some of these lands, still draw any number of cantrips or threats, and just try to get back into this. Team Battle Rage is a very, very bad draw. Okay. Drop that. So we do not know our opponent's 5-card hand anymore. So that's great. Hopefully they do not have a land and a living end. Cathartic Green. Okay. So they did have another land. No cathartic, no living end yet. So let's take a look, see if they have it. They do, but we get to take it. All right. Play another fetch and just pass the turn. All right. This cycle again. And again. And they get to have Street Wraith, which is great for them, I guess. We do have Dismember for this Samut, which is a little strange to see. But I guess if you can get into your graveyard with Faithless Looting Cathartic, it's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good, so they can go get Living End here, and we're probably just dead if we do not find some way to deal with that Living End. Oh. So they grabbed Collective Brutality, which makes me think they already have Living End. Alright, so we cannot do anything about this, obviously. They will get to cast their Collective Brutality. Alright, we did grab a Gurmit, getting rid of it. So we just... I think we just have to play this. Alright, actually, I think we do want to cancel that. Let's fetch once first, so that we can keep our Street Wraith in the graveyard. We'll just get an island here. I'm not sure that it super matters, but yeah, we'll do that. And we will also keep Inquisition in case we get a Snapcaster Mage. Alright, perfect. So we just have to cross our fingers and hope no Living End, although I don't know why they would not have gotten it. So... okay. Okay, so this is presumably Living End, and that will be the, yeah, not good for us. Yeah, we're just gonna scoop that up. Alright. Wow. So, let's see, what cards can we consider? I think those four, certainly. And this removal does not sound great. So Fatal Push and Dismember. And then we bring in these four. Sure, we'll run that back. So we get to be on the play. Hopefully we do not draw so many lands like we did. And we can have a better shot here. So, Intro, Dominance, Living End. Certainly an interesting deck. Let's see what we can do against it. Here we go. Yes, we will play first. One land. Ah, man. Alright. Let's keep this. So, I'm going to lead on Blood Crypt and Inquisition. Alright, got a bunch of stuff. Let's take this Faith of Soothing, I guess. Alright, we shall cast a Faith of Soothing of our own. Alright, and then we can discard one Gurmag Angler, and so we're just going to discard two Gurmag Anglers, play a Polluted Delta, and pass. I think if we can tag this Cathartic Reunion with a Stubborn Denial, that's pretty good. That's probably what's coming from our opponent now. Cathartic Reunion. So, 4 broken lands. Let's go. Yeah. So that's what we were hoping for. I will get a Water Glyph. We will pay 2 life. Yes. And we will stub that. The stubby D. Okay. And they discarded that. So they have 2 unknown cards and a Desert Ceradon. Okay. Once more, we shall loot. Alright. Let's discard that. And, I think we can discard maybe a Death Shadow and another Gurmag Angler. Well, actually, maybe like that, yeah. And then we'll just play it safe and cast this spell. Alright. Tap Stomping Ground. Mistress Babel. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Alright, yeah, let's get rid of this Mistress Babel. I probably should have targeted them since we can't really shuffle leg or anything. But we can potentially draw a card, okay. It's good to know. We will represent Stubby D, Polluted Delta, and honestly, I don't think I'm really going to be flashing back Faithless Looting this game because my hand is so empty and it's you know, negative card advantage. So card disadvantage. So we're gonna shock ourselves for this Watery Graves so that we can Inquisition first. Alright, yeah, take this Fatal Push. And then doesn't matter here. So if they do try to Living End, we're going to exile their graveyard and then put a bunch of dudes into play, so they really can't go for that line without having multiple electro dominance. So how does this work? They can cast it. Yeah, so we can respond to the Living End. So they need to have multiple electro dominances and multiple Living Ends. Okay, sweet. We will go to combat. Obviously, we're just going to shock again. So our bonus down to 3. And that's probably going to be enough for the game. We'll see. So it looks like they're going for it. Yeah, we're gonna let this Electro Dominance resolve, and then we're gonna respond to the living end. Okay, so I don't know exactly what that was, but we're just gonna attack. Maybe they had a second Electro Dominance and they were hoping we were gonna fire off the Spell Bomb. I don't want to get tripped up here. I don't think there's any reason to play around anything else, so yeah, we're gonna just do this now. Use this Water Graves. Okay, so they survive for a turn, but we have this in our hand. So, in play. So I feel fine with that. They did actually have the second Electro Dominance, so that was what I was talking about. Alright, yeah, they skip it up. So, if we had cracked the Spell Bomb in response to the first Electro Dominance, they would have responded with the second Electro Dominance because it's an instant, and then they would have been able to living end us. Anyways, so yeah, I think this is fine. We're gonna stick with it. The reason that we're leaving Dismembers out is because although it could kill some of their creatures, they're usually once they're playing their creatures, it's too late once their creatures are in play because they're cycling them and then getting them all back at once with living end, and Dismember's not really gonna cut it at that point. The reason we leave Lightning Bolt in is because it's more flexible and it can dome our opponents for reach. We can bolt ourselves to grow our Death Shadow, and in a pinch it can remove something if that's going to be the difference between us living and dying. So, alright, our deck is submitted. What is Austin over here doing? I don't know, but hopefully he finishes up soon so we can get into this. Alright, yeah, so the timer had stopped. Okay, unfortunately, we cannot keep that. We have no lands. Oh! My god, I just pressed keep. Wow, alright. Well, the good news is that I can discard this Gurmag Angler, and if we ever do draw a land, we can cast this Needle Spell Bomb. But, wow, that was so bad. Alright. So hopefully we just don't get punished and we draw it right now. That would be pretty epic. Ah, yes, we did. Because we never didn't have it. And what do we want to do with this Scalding Tarn? I guess these discard spells are actually not that great. Maybe we can tag a draw spell or something. Yeah, we'll just get Watery Graves. I think this Lightning Bolt is likely to just be a dead card in our hand, even if we could cast it. I don't think we'd want to, for the most part. Alright. So that will also let them draw it, but they will not be able to cast this until next turn, and we can Thought Scour them first, or Thoughtseize them first, so I'll take this Cathartic Union. I'm not super scared of the Living End with the Spellbomb. So, best case scenario, we draw another land, and then we can land the Spellbomb and Thoughtseize them. And so we can start getting down to business. I think we just have to Spellbomb, because if we were to Thought Scour them and see Electro Dominance and this Expertise, then we would potentially be dead to what's on top of their deck. Or if they have a land and Karizev, so so that is pretty good. We're gonna have to Spellbomb them right now. That's unfortunate. I think this is a okay time to Serum Visions, because I'm not super afraid of a... Alright, these both have to go on the bottom, I think. So we actually knew about that. Ingot True, that's my bad for not looking closely at the creatures. But it is what it is. Alright, yeah, so as I suspected, no Living End yet. Okay, so we got another land. We can Thoughtseize. Wow. I guess we just take this Living End. Oh, beautiful. Okay. We're going to put this on the bottom. Put that on top. And next turn we're going to be able to search build our Living End, which will make it very hard for them to. And I don't want them to be able to hit us with this. Because actually, it's fine by itself. So I think I need to Thoughtseize that away. So we will surgical this living end. We will pay the 2 life to cast it. Okay, so let's see what else they have here. I guess they're just trying to beat down now. Yes, I should exile all of those. And yep. Oh, we gotta get one in the graveyard too. Might not matter as much. That is all of them. And then we will Thoughtseize our opponent. Take this Karzev's Expertise. And then we're going to Thought Scour ourselves now, because if we draw a land, we want to just play it. We do not. Okay. We have a bunch of stuff in our graveyard here. We can play 2 threats this turn. Alright, that's a thing, but we can, oh, even better. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can make 2 5/5s and cast Serum Visions, or I have Faithless Looting. I think I would prefer to cast a Serum Visions. So we're going to fetch first, obviously, to preserve our Scry from Serum Visions. And which one do we want here? Now we need to be able to cast double black, so Blood Drift it is. Yep. Serum Visions. Alright, draw Swamp. And yeah, those can just stay on top in that order. Oh, and I put that on the bottom. Yeah, that's frustrating. But it's okay. Alright, Polluted Delta, Watery Grave, Spell Bomb, Scalding Tarn, and Serum Visions, and one more Thought Scour. Alright. Two 5/5s swinging in. So we do not have lethal here, so I think I need to block. It's probably gonna kill our Gurmag after damage. With his Electro Dominance. Okay, and potentially put something into play. Oh, does not put anything into play. Okay. We will faithlessly loot. Discard Mistress Bauble. Lightning Bolt. No, not Lightning Bolt. Swamp, I mean. Cast this Mistress Bauble. Attack for 5. And cast a shot. Alright, so our opponent is dead next turn. We can attack for 10 and bolt them. Potentially they could play a blocker. No blockers though. Alright, yeah. We will go for it here and bolt them. Yeah. We got there. 2-1. Electro Dominance. Living End. So we are 2-1 now in our league, and that is going to be all from me today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on Monday.